And hello, I've went ahead and set up the Treasure Mountain with the expansion for a solo play. So I went ahead and set up the board, set up the market, the achievement, the mines, everything. So the only really kind of major change with the setup with the expansion is you're putting one extra worker, but you're playing for one last turn. I've established two Automa players, a green player and a red player. I just put these out here to kind of see so it's easier for you to see on camera what color they are. I've already randomly drawn a turn order. Whoop, these are two extra dragons. Put those aside. I'm not using those right now. And we're going to go ahead and start. So I'll kind of, hope that you've already seen the playthrough video. So I'm really going to focus on actually just playing the game. And I'm going to beat Greg's solo score. So lucky for me, because I was yellow, I get to go first. So I'm going to go ahead and take my dwarf with the smallest number, right? My one dwarf, the smallest beard. I'm going to go ahead and claim the tunnel action. It's an all play. So first happens that I immediately collect 2 beers. And I'm actually going to spend a gold for this, and I'll explain why in a minute, to buy this tile. So I put my mine upside down so it's kind of easier to see on camera. And hopefully this will show up nicely right here. It kind of shows at the edge, but hopefully that'll work. Or I'll go sideways. Why not? And I'm gonna go ahead and seed that with 3 gems. These slide down, and then for the Automa players, because it's all play, the green Automa player pulls their card, and these are your all play actions right there at the bottom of the card. And if you look here for the thing, for tunneling, it's gonna get that card, which is this card. So the Automa players don't build out a mine. Instead, they just collect this. You stack them, and they immediately collect the amount of gems, which is on there. 1, 2, 3. And then this gets replaced. The red player is gonna take the final position. So he takes the red tile and takes 4. And I put these little cups here also to make it easier to kind of keep track of everything. And my turn's done. Next player is green. You can tell by the turn order here. So I grab the green card, and I'll show you what their turn order look like. You see if they can do the top thing. He's going to do the Wizard's Cave. Excuse me for saying he for everything, but... So he goes to the Wizard's Cave. He immediately collects 2 purple gems. Right? And then he picks a spell. So the spell that he picks, you draw another card, is the 4th spell. So they don't actually use spells, the Automa players. So instead they take away opportunity for other players to get them. Again, because it's an all play, the remaining 2 players, me and the red player, each get to pick a spell. So the spell that I'm going to take actually, I'm actually going to take this spell right here, the 9-point spell. Excuse me if I'm hitting the camera occasionally. And then the red player is going to take the 2nd spell. There we go. So that's it. Okay. Next is the red player. The red player is going to excavate. Again, the only actions or the things that the Automa players collect is gold, gem, and points. And dragons. That's really it. So anything to do with barrels or excavation cubes and everything, that doesn't really apply to them. Okay, so now we're back to my turn. So as the yellow player, I think I am going to go ahead and claim an achievement. So I go right here to the Dwarf King. And the reason I paid with a gold is that I have three barrels. You just have to show you have it, and I claim this 3-barrel achievement. And because I was the player who selected the spot, I immediately earned 2 extra points. So I'm going to go ahead and up here at the track, collect 5. Green player. If you look on here, again, Dwarf King is going to take the third card for 3 points. And the red player is going to go ahead and take the 4th card, which is this one, which kind of sucks for me. So each of them I'm making. So, yes, anytime the Dwarf King is played, the Automa players always are going to collect the points. And that's to kind of balance out the other elements that you can do a little bit better than they can. Okay, green player. He's going to go to the Dwarf King with his 2. Now, because I'm already there, he can't. So he's going to go to the Mana Cave. So he goes to the Mana Cave, collects 2 purple gems, and then we get to roll his die for him. 1. Dragon does not move up the aggression track. Okay, red Tavern. So he's going to guarantee that he's first next round. Now, because it's the first spot, again on the card, first spot, he gets no benefit other than guaranteeing that he's going to go first the following turn. Okay. Excuse my cough occasionally. It's a little bit, that's allergy season here. So now me. So they took a lot of the spots I really liked. I can't but myself. I think what I'm going to go ahead and mine, and that's something I have a distinct advantage over them about, is that first I get to, for choosing the mine spot, I get to collect 2 bonus gems from the supply, and I'm actually going to grab purple, which is great for fueling my spells. And then again, I have, I choose yellow. I collect 1 from each. Because I have 3 or more connected, I collect a bonus 2, and these are now gems that I can now sell or use for other things. That's done. They, as even though it's all play, there's nothing they can do because they don't sell gems in the market. I tried it. It's a little bit. I tried to design it that way. It was too cumbersome. They do participate in the market if there's gold, but they don't actually sell gems. Okay. This player goes to the forge. Excuse me. Woo. And red player scouts, which is of course 2. Again, dragon only moves up on 3 or above. Dragon does not move. So for me, now I'm surprised I haven't been bumped. So this is my highest. He's not getting it, but I think it's important for me. See, I think I'm going to go ahead and go here to the treasure hoard to collect 2 gold. Gold's ultimately the best thing, object in the game for points. And I rolled a 2. Holy Toledo. Man, it's time to go to Vegas. Whoop, sorry, I moved my 1. That should have been my 5. Sorry. Anyway, you're probably going like, what's he doing? No. So the 4, green. He is going to tunnel, which is awesome. So he selects tunnel and bumps me, which means I'm going to get an extra turn. We select the green player, and the green player is going to take the bottom tile, which is awesome. The slide down, now I am now next. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and spend a barrel and a gold. One reason I got extra gold. And buy this tile. And I'm going to go ahead and place this right here. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit tight on space with the camera. It's something that's kind of different, which is awesome. Okay, and now last is the red player. The red player hopefully is going to get something horrible. He is going to take the bottom card. So that's actually five blue gems for him. 4 or 5. So now we go back to here. I am the lowest dwarf. I get to place my 1. And I think I'm going to take this opportunity to go here to the tavern. Maybe I'll retain 2nd position, even though I'm guaranteed 2nd right now. But I want to collect 2 extra purple mana gems, because again, this is any 2 gems you want. So now I have enough to actually, so I'm going to be able to, next round, I'm going to start off by casting my Stone Golem spell, which is one of my favorite spells in the game. So red player, he goes, he draws his card. Again, forgive me for saying, see, tribute. Goes to tribute. Red player rolls the die. 3, dragon moves up. Whoop, this should have been refreshed. So now the dragon starts to wake up. We got some good opportunities there. So that's it for the round. So resetting turns is exactly like the regular game. This bottom one goes off here. Progress the turn marker. This bottom tile flies off, which is not great for me. The bottom spell goes off. Would have been nice to have that spell, but... And then 1 gold, and let me just say this, that this gold is really, really tiny. It's not the size the game would come with. Just for playtesting, I find that it's cheaper for me to make my playtest copies with lots of small coins. The regular size would be like that size for the 5s, or actually the size these are supposed to be, but I just did it to kind of cut down on my expenses. So, and they work just fine. Just don't sneeze, you'll blow them away. So then we return. So the turn order is now going to be red, yellow, and green. So then we're going to gather up all of our dwarves. And you get to do the dwarf organization dance. Bring them all back. Whoops, excuse me. And you just go, they go into their proper beds. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at those little cute little beds. 2, 3, 4. Okay. So then the last thing you do, as I mentioned, is that you always shuffle these decks. The Automa decks. So sorry, I guess I should show this on camera. I'm really shuffling not the best possible way, but that's good enough for our testing purposes. And then I'm going to go do that with the red deck. And I love the art for the red deck. No, the red deck doesn't have to be for the red player, and the green doesn't have to be the green player. I like to do it that way. I debated using 2 other colors, but just red and green are just, you know, I like the color. So, okay. So that's now done. So now, brand new position. Boards have been reset. We're going to go ahead and start with the red player. And again, very little dragon activity. Starts off immediately going to the Dwarf King. So he goes here. He goes and gets the 3rd position. So he immediately is going to get 5 points. Yeah, this is where these guys have an advantage over me, is in this part of the game. Next is me. Can I claim any of those? I can. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You see these? I have 9 gems, 9 of any type. Another reason I got that. So now I'm going to get 3 points. So I'm tied with the red player, which in my case in Automa, I feel like that's a win. And then the green, we draw a card for the green. Look at the Dwarf King. He takes the 4th card down. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one would have been nice for me to have, actually. And he gets 3 points. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yellow player. It's now me. So I think the thing I'm going to start to do is start prepare for the dragon a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and go to the scout. So the scout means I get to draw an axe from the bag. And I drew a 1, which is fine. You can see that 1. Put it right here. You can put it face up if you're playing solo play, because nobody needs to know. If you're obviously playing a regular game, you'd put it face down. And then I get to peek at the dragon. So the dragon strength is a 3. Oh, it's the weakest dragon. That's awesome. So that's something that I know. Automa players, I guess they now know too. Okay, so next is the green player. Green player, we draw the card. Gem market. This is brutal. So goes there, he immediately collects, it's an all play space, immediately collects 2 gold. So the green player is going to get 2 gold. Then you draw for green, and he's going to take the blue contract and any gem. So this gets pulled, and then any gold on it, which there's a gold on it, he gets to keep. And then we slide down, and I am next. So, see, this is what's tough when you play solo, is like, do I just want to go ahead and cash in 3 yellow for 3 gold? Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that, because I'm just nervous about him claiming it. So I go ahead and fulfill that contract, which is right here. 3 gems for 2, and I already had 1 gold on it. I fulfill that. I slide that down. And let's see if I did the right move or not. Based entirely upon what green does. Or sorry, red does. Oh, red should have went before me. Error. So if it's yellow, it could make a difference. He chose green. Sorry about that. That was my fault. He would have taken this. And this. Sorry about that. I forgot to change turn order. It's hard to think about filming and playing this game at the same time. There's a lot of moving parts. And I have a little bit of the sniffles. So that's it. He went to the gem market. They kind of cleared some contracts, took the gems off, took the gold on top of the contracts. I sold 3 gems for gold, which is great. Gold is a great way to win this game. So now we're back at red. So red draws supply wagon. So again, it's beer. Automa players don't really deal with beer. Only real dwarves do. And the dragon moves up. That's rough. So this is kind of an interesting decision for me. I should have done this last round, but I think I'm going to do it now. I'm going to go ahead before I go. I'm going to go ahead and cast Stone Golem. And the actual production board, there's a space for the Stone Golem, which is a Strength 1 worker. Cost me 4 points. I can place them 4 gems, which are worth 4 points in the game. I can place them anywhere that I want. So kind of knowing where they've already been and seeing what has come up, I think I'm going to take this opportunity to actually mine with him, which means I collect 2 extra gems. I'm going to take purple again because I think magic is the way to go. So I got more than 3 connected, and then I take 1 off each. So my mine is pretty depleted. I'm gonna have to do some excavation soon. But now, good news is I get to actually place my worker. So with him, I think I'm gonna go ahead and jump into a new color. I'm feeling confident about that. I'm gonna go ahead and go here. I collect 2 barrels of beer, because it's all play, but I'm going to get a chance to spend 1 to pick up this 4. So I'm going to put it right here. So now I got 3 barrels here. And again, when you place it, you seed it with the number. In this case, it's a 4. And again, I'm sorry, it's kind of zoomed out. I went ahead and placed that there. So again, this is an all play. I slide these down. So in turn order, which is red then followed by green, they get to get a chance to draw these. So red player draws this, takes the last one, the green, which that's good. Gets 3 green gems. This gets replaced, and you can pick from any of these 3 stacks you want. By the way, it's just however you want to do it. Green player takes the last one also. That 4 would have been nice for me. It's the way the cookie crumbles. And these Automa decks are a little bit different than the production. I've made some adjustments already, but it's good for demonstration purposes. So there we go. God, there's a couple reds out there. So now green. Green player has his 2. Draws tribute. Again, thank you, green. It's really hoping to get bumped. 5. So now the dragon is 1 space away. That makes me nervous. So I only have 1 axe. Yeah. Tavern. Red player decides to hold his position, takes the top spot in the tavern. Now, again, it's the order of the cards, so if this was full, it would have been there and there down the line. So it's a guaranteed turn order. So I'm next. So I'm actually gonna really anticipate that dragon coming, so I'm gonna go to the temple. Temple means you have an option of spending 2 gold to convert it into 5 points, which I will always do when given an opportunity to do so. And while my dwarf is there, I get to reroll any die roll once. So You know, either whether it's making the dragon coming, I get to reroll that, or fighting the dragon, I get to reroll my die also. I don't have any offensive spells against the dragon, so I'm really going to rely upon that. Okay, green is next. Green pulls Scout. Haha. So that's awesome. So Scout bumps me off on the Scout position. So you kind of want to place your dwarves where you think you're going to get bumped, and if you're good at paying attention to what has come out, you can kind of predict where they're going to go. So now let's roll the green die. I really need to have a place to roll these dice. 6. So the dragon attacks. Sorry, this is a little piece when you play with the expansion to remind you that you have an extra action. It's probably more so. You don't really use it as much in the Oddman game. Okay, so the dragon attacks. So dragon attacks, we have to commit how many axes we're going to spend in top to bottom. Now, Oddman players don't have axes, so what do you do? So to do that, they're on the card. So sorry, everybody has to roll dice first. So you roll everybody's dice. If you play solo, hope you like rolling dice. I'm going to roll them off camera here. Aha! I swear this is true. Wow, that's excellent for me. So 6, a 1, and a 1. So now, in turn order, starting with the red player, you draw, he's going to draw, and you know that he's going to commit 0 axes. So you put the die on it, knowing that, okay, he's screwed, so he's in trouble. So what I see here, I don't think I'm going to spend my axe, and obviously I'm not going to re-roll my roll. I could have had an option to do so before spending axes. I chose not to. Green player gets 1 axe. So you reach in the bag, and I can't... I guess I could. You don't have to. Actually, you can draw it right after you reveal. I commit nothing. So let's see what his. My combat strength is 6, defensive strength. His defensive strength is 2. So this is rare. Wow, doesn't happen very often. So we reveal the dragon, as we recall, with strength 3, and he takes half the gem. So this is a lucky break for me. So I immediately get 8 points because I have the highest strength, and I defeated the dragon. Greg, I'm going to beat your points now after this round. So, both of these lost to the dragons. He had a 2, he had a 1. So what that means is the first thing that happens is the red and the yellow players both lose their highest dwarf, along with the longest beard for the rest of the turn, and they lose half their gems each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is, wow, 6. 1, 2... 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that 6 points. That's not a lot, but it could make a difference. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, that was an amazing turn for me. And look, the board is all mine. I'm going to get the last 2 placements. So, I think. And I can't bump myself, which would be really nice because I'd really love to be able to tunnel. I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go here to the forge. I can either spend a gem or a barrel to get an axe. I'm actually going to spend a gem. And I'm going to draw that axe. Now, if people are paying attention, what do you think I'm going to do with my number 5 dwarf? It's a 1. I'm going to go ahead and go here and bump this 1 and take the Dwarf King. So immediately I earn 2 points, and I'm going to claim the 2-axe objective because I have 2 axes in my supply. Gives me 3 more points. Good. 1, 2, 3. This is probably the best I've ever done against the Oddman players. Now, because it is all play, they get a chance to participate. So again, in turn order, red is going to go ahead and take the second one. The one I wanted. So, in the future. So he gets 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. That. And then the green player, go to Dwarf King, takes the second card. 8 points. Well, I was ahead for a while. Well, they're tied. 14. I can do math. So right now, I got a little bit of a lead, thanks to the dragon, mainly. And now the red player is the last remaining dwarf for turn 2, is going to place it. So again, he pulls his card, Temple. So this is a good example. So he's a strength 1, my Temple is a strength 3. He can't go there. So he goes down the line. The next one is a tribute. Tribute is also filled with a 2. Tavern is filled with his own guy. So that means he draws another card. And occasionally that will happen. And he goes to the gem market, which he can't. So therefore then he goes to the Wizard's Cave. So he goes to the Wizard's Cave. So that's a situation where sometimes placing that last one, you might go through a card. Again, there's 16 cards per Automa deck. Rarely will you go through an entire deck in a turn. If you happen to go through your deck in a turn, then you just shuffle it and continue with the new shuffled deck. So anyway, he went to the Wizard's Cave, which means I'm going to go ahead and take these. He is going to collect the red player. 2 purple gems. And then he also gets to grab a spell. And the spell he's going to take is the Force spell, which is a cool spell. I am next. So I have some decisions to make, and I think I'm going to take this spell. These are the spells that give me points for trading in my gems. You know, and obviously when you play with more players, you'll get a lot more spell action. In solo play, it's only the active player, the human player, I guess I'm human, can do that. Wizard's Cave takes the first spell. So that's it. That round is now complete. So the first thing happens, turn order does not change. Turn market, so this one right here goes off the edge. I need to claim that, hopefully. Sadly, my golem never got bumped. Usually you get pretty lucky with that. So this goes off the edge here. I'm going to pull it with a new one here. Supply wagon, that's a nice one. And then we're going to seed the contracts. So any gem contracts. So the red contract is now worth 4 gold for 3 red gems. And then this last spell goes off the edge. So that's it. Let me go ahead and reset the dwarves. This was really nice of me. That gave me... Oh, this should have been reset after the dragon attack. I'm sorry, so after the dragon attack, he gets reset. Hard to remember everything. When you're on camera, it's weird. It kind of makes you a little bit forgetful. Okay, so we go 1, 2, 3... Where's my 4? My 4 is somewhere really obvious, and I can't say, oh, here's right here. Yeah, it's funny, it's a 5, and it should have been a 4. I realize in the box. So this, well, I'll have to swap it out later. This should have been a 4, because you only play with 4. I did 1, 2, 3, 5, so that's actually a 4. We'll just stick with it for now. I'm not going to get up and over there and get the box. 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh, that's funny. I never noticed that till now. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we're on turn 3. So then the last thing we do is we shuffle these 2 decks. I'm going to give these a much better shuffle job. These cards are nice. They're nice and big. Now, you can play with the Automa deck with 2 players or even 3 players. I really, really like the Automa deck with 2. Just add 1 dummy player. It adds just a little bit of chaos, which some people might like, some people might not like. My wife and I enjoy it because we kind of almost card count in that deck and kind of see like what's come up. And you can look through the deck and study the deck and see how many spaces of each are in there. And you can kind of predict you're more likely to get bumped going to certain things based on what has already come up. That's actually quite a bit of fun for us. And again, you know, skilled players do better in this game. Okay. Turn 3. Red player, red number 1. Treasure Hoard immediately gets 2 gold. We're going to roll his dice. 5 comes up. Next is yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and do something that I think is easy for me. I'm going to go here. I'm going to immediately spend 1 of the beer barrels plus a gold to get that 5. The reason is there's a scoring advantage for getting 5 or more of 1 color. It gives you extra 10 points at the end of the game. I'm going to seed it. 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'm gonna get some, and now the red player chooses the purple one and collects 3 gems. It really doesn't have to match, so this slides down. The gem cutter. I love that one. He's going to go ahead and take the last one. So he doesn't get any points. He'll still get points, he just doesn't get gems. So here we go. Okay. So last player with the number 1 is the 1 green. So green gets Dwarf King. Oh, brutal. Okay. So he immediately gets 2 points. And then he's going to take second spot, Dwarf King, for 5 more points. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am next. So the good news is I have 1 dragon head, so I can claim this 3 points. A lot of playing this game in general is making sure you qualify for one of these Dwarf Kings and it comes up, especially it's when you're playing with the Automa deck. And lastly is the red. Actually, the red player should have went before me again. It wasn't the right position, so that's good. And he gets this one. He gets 5. Sorry, I did that twice in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got all excited about my thing. So that's that. Next is the top of the order. The red player draws Automa card, goes to the temple. That's good. Automa players never re-roll dice. It's just they're just kind of to block. They don't cash in for points. Also, it just makes the game faster. It's a lot of. I kind of take into consideration the end game scoring. The kind of mid game things they don't really do. So I'm going to go ahead and go to excavation. Oh, this board is it's kind of outdated board, so there's some symbols that are different than production. The gem color is a little bit different. So you can excavate up to 3 tiles. So I'm going to spend 3 beer to do that, which means you get to add 3 brand new gems. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 3 different spaces. Tiles, sorry. And then you add 1 dirt pile cube in each. So if I try to excavate again, in those it'll only get 2. Now excavation is a great way to kind of earn a lot of extra points with that beer. The beer is not worth much at the end of the game. Obviously I had to spend an action to get the beer. Most of that beer was gotten simply by tunneling, which also got me more points here. So tunneling is really nice. You get that little extra beer, and you can save up to actually re-excavate your mine. Okay. That's it. So green player gets treasure hoard. Green player bumps this player because he wants some darn gold for himself. Green player gets 2 more gold. Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned with the amount of gold that these guys have actually. And rolls for the dragon. 2. There we go. Almost got cocked. That's it. Now red player goes Wizard's Cave. Oh, the red player loves the Wizard's Cave. So he collects 2 gems, and he's going to go ahead and take spell number 1. The reroll spell, the one I really wanted. I really not spent a lot of time getting purple gems this game. I really need to focus on that. So now I am next in the order. I'm actually going to get this spell, which allows me to bump a dwarf that's smaller than me. So your maximum spellbook size is 3. I'm now at that maximum size right now. If you draw up, you have to discard down. And then the green player, which is last, is going to take the 4th spell. Right here. Which is awesome. Well, there's a couple fireball spells out there. Sorry. Balls out there. Okay, red player goes. Red player gets tunneling. Awesome for me. He bumps me. He obviously doesn't collect 2 beer. We draw the red card. He's going to take this tunnel right here. So he gets this. Red player again. They're going to get points for these any tile they've collected. Plus, if it has gems, they're going to immediately collect those gems. And then I am next. Well, those blues are just amazing. I'm going to have to move down a little bit because it's looking too good. Woo! I'm going to spend the remaining of my resources for this, but I think it's worth it to spend 2 gold in a barrel. Like, I'm really, really low on this, and I'm going to go ahead and place it here. So that gives me 2 blues, and I seed that. There we go. And last on this is the green player. The green player is going to take this 2, this 4-way 2 position, and he gets 2 gems. So now I bump my 1. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spend my charm spell, which is I immediately spend a gem to get 3 points. 1, 2, 3. It's probably one of the better quickies. And there's no limit to the number of spells you can cast on a turn. Just every spell is a certain moment. I don't have any more purple. And some of those spells are just really handy. But I have a 1, and that's a 1 there. Could spend this to do that, but instead I'm just going to mine. So mining means I collect any 2 gems. So I'm going to collect 2 purples. And I'm going to choose to mine from yellow. Now look at yellow. There's 3 or more connected containing gems. I can take any 2 off. So I take 2, then 1 from each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that gave me quite a few gems. Now again, this is one of the things where the auto players don't benefit from mining. It's already kind of baked into their action. If I could bump from there, that would certainly be nice at this point. So now it's, oh, I never replenished this. I apologize. So now it's my 3. So I think with my 3, since I'm really, really 8. I think I'm going to go ahead and claim this. So I'm going to go ahead, even though it helps everybody, it'll, oh God. So I can go here, take the 8 gem achievement. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got plenty. Or I can go here, and I actually get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gold for 3 gems. Yeah, I've got to do that. So for going here, you get 2 gold. I think I need that. Because I don't have any gold, and not having gold's a problem. I discard 3 yellows to fulfill this, so this means it's 2 plus 1 more, so I get 3 more gold. Yeah, this is nice. That gives me a nice little pile of gold. Okay, red player now does the all play in there. He's going to pull off, oh, I replaced the contract. He's going to take the red contract, which sucks. He gets the 2 gold and pulls off the red contract. That's great for him. Replace with a new card. Lastly is the green player. Green player takes the yellow. So again, if it's the one that's underneath the gold coin, that's great. He actually did me a favor fulfilling that contract for me. And here we go. So right now the blue contract's looking really good on the green, and I have some blue, so I could maybe consider using that. I need some more gems too. So green goes to the tribute. Yeah. Rolls the dice. 1. Holy Toledo. I'm getting so lucky in my rolls. It's good. It's actually sometimes good that dragons don't come as often in this solo game. Red player. Come on, red. I know where you want to go. Dwarf King. Well, actually that works for me. Depends on what he gets. So immediately, he gets 2 points. Boy, he's catching up. Don't be the third one. Dwarf King, first one. Nice, but he gets 8 points. Whoa! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow. I am next. I'm going to go and take this one. Having 8 gems of the yellow gems, so I get 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then green player is going to take the 5th button for 3 points. 1, 2, 3. So red player is the contender for me right now. I've got a little bit of a lead, but that can vaporize in one round. Like, ooh, this one right here would be great. So my 5. So there's a couple things I can do. I mean, I can go pretty much anywhere I want on the board right now. Sorry, it's my 4. Excuse me, it's not my 5, it's my 4. Except the Dwarf King. And accept a position that I'm already in. I think for me, the importance of having beer for buying things is important. So I'm going to go here and get 2 barrels of beer. Because you always got to have beer and gold on hand. If you don't, that's the time where you're going to want to buy something here you can't get. So I'm going to roll my die, and I roll the 4. So Dragon Aggression goes up. Green gets a double turn. Temple, can't go to Temple. Goes to Tribute, can't go to Tribute. Gates the Tavern. Oh, goes first. That's nice. Places his 4. 4 goes right directly to the Mana Cave. Collects 2 gems. And he's going to roll. Mana Cave is a way to get 2 purple gems. Oh, rolls a 1. Wow. Really, really fortunate on the die rolls this game. So that is that. I mean, dude, this game is going really, really fast. And my score is not very high. I'm a bit concerned. I've not gotten bumped as much as I thought I would. But that happens some games. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bookkeeping right now really quick. And since I'm low on singles, replace this with a 5 here. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Normally, like around the table, everybody does a job. So it's hard. Sometimes I got to remember I'm doing a little everything here. Usually it's a team effort when we're resetting the board for the next turn. There's a lot of nice blues out there. And then that last spell here goes here. And then lastly, the turn order is going to get reset, and then we shuffle the decks. So turn order is going to be green. Now I'm last. Going last is not great in this game. Pick up the dwarves. I could really use them. I wish I would have picked up that second Golem spell, to be honest, now at this point, because you could break even at it, and if you get bumped, it's like a free bonus action. So, dwarves, 1, 2, I'm missing 1 green dwarf, and I'm blind because he's right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, thinking about turn order in this game is that going first is an advantage, but you also have complete control. Anytime during your game, you could just go and take one of these spots. But sometimes you gotta let nature take its course. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So right now I have 37 points. Red has 28. Green has 24 points. That's actually looking good for me. Greg got 185 points on his last solo game. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. I'm not getting a lot of dragons. But I'm okay with not having a lot of dragons, but I think I need to start building up my mind more, especially with all those blue tiles out there. Because right now I'm looking at plus 10. If I can get... If you basically get 3 to 4 of one color in your mind, you get 5 points. 5 to 6 of one color is 10. 7 to 8 is 16. 9 is 25 points. That's hard to do. That doesn't happen very often, but it's freaking amazing when you do get it. Okay. On our next reset, green player goes first. Green player goes directly to the gem market, curse you, collects 2 gold. In fact, I'm just going to take these right here and give it a 5. And he is going to get the red contract. So, there's the gold. The red contract gets pulled and replaced with a not so good contract. Red player in the gem market is going to get the blue. Ugh, curse you. So he's going to get the 2 gold, which I really wanted to fulfill that this round. So I have a choice here. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the 4 for 4 at this point because it's a plus 4 point move. Going to do this, return this, and give it a 5. And that was this one right here. And you can fulfill either contract. I just want to, you just want to fill the contracts with the gold on it first because you get a little extra gold. That's nice. And you can see why the gold can't be too big in this game because you got to be able to fit on top of the cards. So that was an exciting first turn. So red goes to the supply wagon. Gonna go pick up some beer for his dwarves. And rolls a 4. Look at me, causing havoc. Really should have a dice rolling place. I'll roll it up top there. Myself. Well, I've got to go here. So I'm actually going to collect 2 beer, but I'm going to immediately spend 1 of those beer to pick up this. So now I got 3 blues. That means I just earned 5 points at the end game scoring. I'm hoping that other blue doesn't get pulled. Well, there's a lot of blue up there. I got very fortunate. Green player in the all play, tunneling, takes the supply wagon. It'd be nice to have those special abilities. I just sometimes in solo play it's hard, you know. Yeah, normally I'm all about the special abilities, but this game is just not working out for me. And he's gonna go ahead and take the 3. Curse you! Damn it! Needed that. The red player is the bane of my existence right now at this point. So, green player draws the Dwarf King. Woo. Immediately collects 2 points and takes the first one. So he gets 5 more points. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm a little bit worried right now. Red player it takes the 5th position for 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if there's anything here I can get, because as of right now, I don't have that kind of gold. I cannot get, and I have 2 axes. Wish I would have gotten a 3rd axe. See, they caught me off guard. I wasn't prepared. So that's where the Audible players have a little bit of advantage in that the Dwarf King. Okay. Red player. Trading post. Oh, we haven't had a trading post. Normally I'll be hitting the trading post pretty soon here when I get a little bit of extra gold. Okay. So for me, I think I'm going to mine. Because, again, I can collect 2 purple gems. And then I'm going to actually mine blue this time. Yeah, I want mine blue. So again, 3 more connected, I get bonus 2. And then I take 1 from each. So that gives me 5 blue, and I'm hoping for the combo, the advanced achievement, that gives me a blue and, blue and yellow. So a little bit of, see if that works. Oh, I guess I didn't replenish this, sorry. Okay, green player. Green player goes to the trading post. Oh, how kind of to give red an extra turn, excuse me. Red goes to the temple. Okay. Red player then goes to the wizard's cave. That is 3 turns in a row he has gone to the wizard cave. There's something going on there. He gets a spell. And he's going to take the 3rd spell, which would have been handy for me. The next green one takes the 2nd spell. That allows you to bump yourself. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to take +2 for dragon or 9 points. Or bump yourself or move the dragon aggression up by 1. Or back by 1. It's a tough choice because all 3 are fantastic. But I think I'm going to take the 9-point one. Only because I'm a bit concerned I'm behind them on gold and gems. I need that golem spell. Okay. So now it's my yellow. Yeah, I could have bumped myself at this point. So I think what I'm going to get... I think I need to scout that dragon. I mean, the dragon's 1 space away. Getting this extra axe is going to make a big difference for me. It's only a 1 again. Not very good luck. And let's see what the dragon is. Oh, strength 4. Strength 4. The 2 weakest dragons. You're welcome. And yeah, that's awesome. So next is the green player. Green player. Excavation was on my list. It's too bad. Red player is going to go to the gem market. Oh, wow. Bumps the red. I mean, God. Bump me, guys. He immediately collects 2 gold. And he's going to fulfill the red contract. So he just pulls this contract off. He doesn't get the gold. He just pulls it. Green player is going to take the yellow contract. Well, I'm so glad I sold that contract, so he's not going to get an extra gold for it. We're going to reshuffle these contracts. Oh, that's a nice one for me. And I could sell, but I'm actually going to not sell. So, green player is next with his 1. He can't go to the wizard's cave. He's going to go to the treasure hoard. Good move for him. He is gold. Ugh, might not win this game. And he's right. So now I'm my number 4 dwarf. I'm actually going to make this really simple. The first thing I'm going to do is spend these 5 gems on mind control spell to give me 9 points. So it's a +4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's huge. I'm going to go here to the tavern to guarantee I'm first. And that is that. So that is the end of the round. Reset the turn order. So I get to go first for the last round. Okay. This gets pulled. This gets pulled. We didn't get really far in the achievements. We're not in tier 2 yet. We might start to hit a few. Oh, that's the one I want right there. And that's the one I'll be taking. Gold. Sorry, I get really excited when my achievement comes up that I've planned for. When you play this game a lot, you begin to really start to understand the decks and kind of plan for things. Of course, other people who play the game a lot are equally as smart and plan for the decks. So everybody's planning. Oh, that would be nice too. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab my guys. My dwarves. So the dragon is going to attack this round. I know it's really weak. I'm not worried about it. 2 dragon attacks is extremely low for a solo play, but that happens. It's good because I don't have to spend as many of my resources on axes. It's a little bit of an advantage for me. I've got a good lead. It's going to be pretty interesting to see what the end game scoring is going to be. So I go here, and I believe I just shuffled the deck. Sorry. I'm going to shuffle it. So as you see Automa play, and I feel like I'm going a little bit slow explaining stuff to you, it's pretty fast. It's interesting because there is playing with the Automa, there is a little bit more, a little bit narrower strategy with people because people are more unpredictable. But it's interesting that, I played Automa where I've been very little magic. This has been kind of a light magic for me. I tend to go heavy magic. But I've had games where I'm all about the tunneling, all about the achievements. This game, I really need to get 2 more blues. My mine is really small. They've just not mined very much. Tunneled very much. Okay. So I am first. So I have to take this immediately. 4 blues for this. 8, 10 points for that. Boom. 56. I needed that. That was important to me. Green is going to take 5 points, which is 12. He could have qualified for that. Regardless. And red player is going to go for the 5th card, which is 3 axes. The other one I was actually holding out for. That's the breaks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So good news and bad news for me. I got a couple ideas. Oh, here we go. Tier 2 cards. The 12. I have 7. I will actually make it if I do that. So let's see how far I get. Goes to the treasure hoard. Uh-oh. This is the moment of truth. So I'm just going to get rid of this. Boy, he's got 15 gold. Holy Toledo. Okay, green. 2! Nice. Good job. Red goes the supply wagon. They just want this dragons to come. I'm going to roll a 2, watch. 4. Ah! Can't control the die. Okay. Dragon attacks. So, first thing that happens, I'm going to roll all the dice. This time I'm going to roll them out in the open. I got 3 axes. I cannot possibly fail. 4. Oh, see again. Look at these die rolls. Nice. So now it's going to be about getting the dragon head for me. So in order, I've got to declare how many axes I'm going to spend. This is going to be the last dragon attack. So I'm going all in. So I commit all of my axes. Okay? Green is going to go 2 axes. It says it right here. Red is going to go 0 axes. Oh, red, what a horrible turn for you. Horrible. They can get between 0 and 4 axes. Wow, that's a monumental disaster for red. Potential disaster for green. I just so lucky. The average number of axes they pull is 3, and I've just been phenomenally fortunate. It is a strength 4 for gems. Now, gold would have been devastating for these guys. Gems, not as important. So let's see. Obviously, I got a 4, 5, 6, 7. He gets to pull 2 axes. Again, the number of axes are on the card. I'm sorry you probably can't see it from this far away. If he pulls a 2 out of these 2, he's good. Nope. He gets a 3. Done. Both of these guys. I have never had an Automa game where both dragon attacks or all dragon attacks, they lose. Super fortunate for me. I immediately get 8 points. I think I got this game won now. 1, 2, 3, 4. I spent these axes. Now, they lose half of their gems. So that would be, in this case, 4. And boy, he loses. Sorry, I gotta pull these out. 3, 4, 5, 7. I think it's 8 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 9 points. 9. Yep. No, he lost 9 gems. Woo! Dragons were happy right before I killed it. Awesome. Wow. Really, really lucky for me. Yeah, it's going to be hard for me to not win this game now, but let's see. Worst things have happened. So, at this point, going here is going to give these guys nothing but more gems. Adding that extra tile is not going to give me any extra points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. So tunneling is probably not worth it for me. I kind of need to... I think I'm going to, at this point, excavate to get... So I'm going to spend 3. I'm going to excavate blue. And the reason I excavated is this achievement out here. It says 6 excavation cubes. Dirt cubes. They're called dirt cubes. I keep on calling them excavation cubes because that's what they used to be called. And old habits die hard, right? There we go. This is a very small mine. Interesting. Okay, green. Goes to the temple. Yeah, he's holding the temple. He's praying he gets himself out of dragon's belly. Mana cave. Huh, yeah, get yourself a couple points. Oh, dragon reset, sorry. 3. Now it's a tier 2 dragon. Man, I've seen dragon come up really, really fast before. So I have my 3. I'm going to go ahead and mine. So I'm going to pull 2 purples. And then I'm going to go ahead. I'm really big on adding purples to my mine, but we just didn't get a lot of them. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So I pull 5 out of here. They don't benefit from mining. So that's something that you can do that they can't do. It's interestingly, it's not. I think it's a little closer than I think. I got a pretty big lead, though. I don't know. Green. Tribute. Uh-oh. They want the dragons to come back. Ooh, yikes! That's really scary for me. Here we go. Trading post. Damn him. I wanted to go there, so I'm going to bump him if I go there. So, if I can get one more purple gem, I can get 9 points for that spell. It's my last guy, so I got to think about this. So I might just take this, take the 2, spend the 5 to give me plus 4 points. It's one of the purple gems aren't sold in the market, so in regard, it kind of, and they're not really used here except for the wild cards. And it's done that way on purpose because spells are pretty powerful, and if you could sell them in the market and do that, they would just be broken. So this is the way you get points with them. These spells are in here. They're being a plus 4. It's about the same as going here, but you got to work hard to collect this too. So I sometimes the jury's out on how effective that is. I like it. 7, 8, 9. Whew, I got a big lead. Yeah, but I'm not going to get 100 points. I mean, I'm only at 73 points. So that is the end. Good, my battery is still good. Let's hope I can continue to last this. So it is time for endgame scoring. So endgame scoring for me, I'm going to do mine and theirs together. So they have kind of a little chart in here that shows how their endgame scoring is like and unlike my scoring. So we'll go through one thing at a time. So first is the tiles in mine. So you get a set bonus if you look right here, and this card actually will be cardboard like these tiles. These are just reference cards I just printed just because they're cheap and fast to make. I have one that's 3 to 4, so I get 15 points because I have 5 of the yellows and 3 of the blues. That's phenomenal. Normally I get at least 20 points with these, so 15 points. 88. Okay, so they work a little differently. They get, and depending on your difficulty level, I'm doing normal. Might be ready for hard, but they get 2 points for every mine tile. So in this case, green gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I'm going to beat them. 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Red is going to get 12 also. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Next is gold. So my gold is 5, 6, 7, 8 is 16's point. This gives me 104 points. Yike! Greg, I'm not going to beat Greg's score. Not even close. He gets 50, he gets 30 points. 78. They're not going to catch me. He has 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 32, 82. Wow. Red pulls ahead in gold. So mine gems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 122. Oh, Greg, I'm not going to beat Greg's score. They have, he gets 5. Poor green. And he gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15. Yeah, I think even if they didn't lose, 97. This should have been 100, sorry. I think I would have probably maybe beaten them. Again, this is on normal mode, so you should be able to beat normal most of the time if you're an experienced player, which is why there's hard and punishing. I've never actually won the game on punishing before. This would have been the closest one. I should have actually scored it as punishing for fun, but let's not, let's not go there. I want to win. Last is gems in mine divided by 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 9 more points. So my score is 131 points. Greg scored 185 last time we played. He's a bastard. He might be better than me. They get 1 point. They get 1 point for every mine tile that contains gems. So red gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. So he breaks 100, 105. Yeah, I creamed him. This is one of the biggest victories I've had. But again, if you're experienced, you should beat normal every single time. And green gets 1, 2, 3 points. Oh, green just faded out bad. So that is the end score. I actually won. So I have 131. Red has 105, and in last place is 86, which is green. So you look at the handy dandy back of your chart. Let's see what my beard score is. So based on my beard score of 131, I have a short box beard, which is in the scope of the scoring, kind of in the middle. If I would have got a little more points, I could have got a dragon fork. So we have a couple extra minutes. I'm very curious, what my score would have been if they would have actually passed me up under punishing. So I can just turn back and look right here. So they would have gotten, I think I actually would have beaten it on punishing, actually. I wish I would have declared it. But just red would have been the only contender. He would have gotten 12 more points. So here... And then he would have gotten, yeah, I actually would have beat him on punishing. Yeah, that's really the only difference is the mine tiles. Oh, and the gems in mine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Wow. I would have actually beaten on punishing, and I'd never had beaten the game of punishing. Well, them both losing to the dragon is just, that caused them quite a few points. That would have given them another, he lost 9 and 6, so 15 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. He would have tied. Tie goes to the Automa player. So literally that was the difference, that my luck, which sometimes happens with that. So that's the Automa play. It's pretty fun, actually. I enjoyed it. The punishing is hard, but I think, I would play on hard, probably. Punishing can be punishing. Anyway, that's the game. Let me know if you have any other questions. Thank you very much.